Hello students, here 5 functions are on the screen and today we will discuss how to find out the integration of these 5 functions. First of all, I would like to tell you that we are not going to study any new method of integration today. We will use the method of integration by substitution only to solve these 5 functions. Yes, integration by substitution. But before applying integration by substitution, we need to change a little bit in these functions so that we can apply substitution method. And that change is very easy. Only you need to use one single identity of trigonometry in first, second and third function, and in fourth and fifth little changes are also there. So let us explain how to calculate integration of these functions one by one. In all these 3 functions, we will use a very well-known identity of trigonometry which you have already studied in your 11th class. Let me write this identity for you. This is number 1 of cos 2x. It is, you know very well, in the form of 10, we can write it as 1 minus 10 square x upon 1 plus 10 square x. And similarwise, the identity of sin 2x is 2 10x upon 1 plus 10 square x. So, we will use only these 2 identities in all the 3 problems. Only the changes here, instead of sin 2x and cos 2x, we are having cos x and sin x, and that you know very well because you are enough intelligent. As in case of cos x, we will take the angle as x by 2 over here as well as over here. So, how to do the changes? Let me explain it for you. In question number 1, we are having the problem as dx upon a plus b cos x. These a and b are any constant. Okay, 1, 2, 3, minus 2. So, a and b are any constant. So, we'll not worried about these a and b, just we'll take change in cos x. And this can be written as dx upon a plus b into, using this identity, 1 minus 10 square x upon 2 upon 1 plus 10 square x upon 2. Now you know very well that 1 plus 10 square x is 6 square x. So first of all, let us take LCM. So it can be written as 1 plus 10 square x upon 2 upon multiplying it by a plus a 10 square x upon 2 plus b minus b 10 square x upon 2 dx. Okay, so in this way we will get the function. And now, as you know, 1 plus 10 square x is secant square x. So this can be written as integration of secant square x upon 2 upon, here as I told you, a and b are the constants. Suppose 1, 2, 3 something. So we can add them up. So after having common, or you can say simplifying these 2 terms, we are having 10 square x upon 2 into a minus b, and simply a plus b will be another constant term. And now it is the question ready for substitution. Yes, if you put 10x by 2 as t, then obviously sec square x by 2 dx will be a part of differentiation of 10x by 2. So it will be removed and your question will become very simple. So let me do such type of question by taking values of a and b as some other constant. Similarly, for the problem of dx upon a plus b sin x. When you will use this identity, 2 tan x by 2 upon 1 plus tan square x by 2, same type of terms will be created, and then you can simply solve it by substitution. As well as in third, sin x will be converted into 2 tan x upon 2 plus upon 1 plus tan square x upon 2, and cos x can be written as 1 minus tan square x upon 2 upon 1 plus tan square x upon 2, and after that taking LCM and substitution simply. So these are very simple questions and you can do them easily. Let me take few examples in front of you now. So this is the same problem just I have explained. Let me name this integrand as I. So as just I explained, it can be written as dx upon 2 plus 3 into 1 minus tan square x upon 2 upon 1 plus tan square x upon 2. Next, taking LCM, integration of dx. First of all, we should write the term 1 plus tan square x upon 2 upon, in the denominator, after taking LCM, we are left with 2 plus 2 tan square x upon 2 plus 3 minus 3 tan square x upon 2 dx. Okay. Now simplifying the denominator, and in the numerator let us write this term as sec square x upon 2. This is sec square x upon 2, and in the denominator we are left with 5 minus tan square x upon 2 dx. Okay. Now as I told you, let substitute tan x upon 2 as t. So we are getting secant square x upon 2 into 1 upon 2 by chain rule of differentiation dx is equal to dt. So let us change this secant square x upon 2 dx into 2 dt. So therefore I is equal to 2 into dt upon 5 minus t square. And you know very well this identity, this is nothing but simply dx upon a square minus x square. This is one of the 7 results that we have studied in previous videos. So using the same over here, a is equal to root 5 and t is in form of x over here. So we know very well that this identity of integration is 2 into 1 upon 2a log a plus x upon a minus x it is. Means we will write it as t and plus c. Now again put the value of t over here. So result will be 1 upon root 5 log root 5 plus 10 x upon 2 upon root 5 minus 10 x upon 2 plus c. Let me take one more example. This is of second type of integration that I have written in front of you. Let us consider that this is equal to I. So as explained, dx upon 2 minus 3 into 2 tan x upon 2 upon 1 plus tan square x upon 2. Taking LCM, so we are getting 1 plus tan square x upon 2 in the numerator, and in the denominator 2 plus 2 tan square x upon 2 minus 6 tan x upon 2 dx. Now numerator can be written as secant square x upon 2 upon, denominator is having 2 tan square x upon 2 minus 6 tan x upon 2 and plus 2 dx. Same change. Let us suppose tan x upon 2 as t which is having integration as secant square x upon 2 into 1 upon 2 dx is equal to dt. Do the changes. I is equal to dt upon 2t square minus 6t plus 2. Okay. Now you know very well what to do. Here we need to convert it by using completing the square method. So that can be done by taking 2 as common from here. It is dt upon t square minus 3t plus 1. Already I have explained this method in previous videos in detail. So you can go through those videos again if you are having any problem in solving these type of questions. So 1 upon 2 dt upon t square minus 3t, taking half of coefficient of t and square of that. So clearly it is plus 3 upon 2 whole square minus 3 upon 2 whole square plus 1, which implies the result is equal to 1 upon 2 dt upon t minus 3 upon 2 whole square using these three terms, and minus, after solving these two, we are getting 5 upon 4. Now you know very well, again this is the same identity which is, you know very well, integration of dx upon x square minus a square. And you know what is the answer of this integration. So let us use this one over here. So I we are getting as 1 upon 2 into 1 upon 2a. A is root 5 upon 2 log x minus a, that is t minus 3 upon 2 minus root 5 upon 2 upon x plus a, that is 3 minus 2 plus root 5 upon 2 and plus c over here. Okay. Now again replace this t with 10x by 2 and that will be your final answer after simplifying this term as well. So here is third type of problem in front of you. The same we will apply. Let us name it as I is equal to integration of dx upon 7 plus 5 into 1 plus 10 square x upon 2 upon 1 minus. Third type of problem is on the screen now. Let us simplify this in the same way. So let us name this as I is equal to integration of dx upon, using the same identities, 7 plus 5 into 1 minus 10 square x upon 2 upon 1 plus 10 square x upon 2 plus 2 into 210 x upon 2 upon 1 plus 10 square x upon 2. Take LCM as denominators are same in both the terms. So LCM is very easy and we are left with 10 square x upon 2 upon 7 plus 7 10 square x upon 2 plus 5 minus 5 10 square x upon 2 plus 4 10 x upon 2 dx. Let us change the numerator. Let us change the numerator. It is secant square x upon 2 upon, simplifying this thing, we are getting 2 10 square x upon 2 plus 4 10 x upon 2 and plus 12 dx. Now the question is very same as just we have done. So do this. So now let us discuss how to calculate the integration of this type of function that the fourth type of function. Here in the numerator as well as in the denominator we are having the terms of sine and cos, but with different coefficients. It is not possible to cancel them simply. So we need to apply just simple one step over here, and after that this question will be very simple. What is that step? Let me write it for you. Here we need to write numerator is equal to A into denominator plus B into d by dx of denominator. Only this simple step will lead the question in a very simple way. Okay, so what is A and B? Let me tell you this thing. A and B are the two constant terms that we will calculate by using equating the coefficients from both sides, that is LHS and RHS. And after calculating A and B, the question will be so simple. So let me take example in front of you to explain how to do these problems. So the problem that I have taken is same as of this type. Here you are finding that no cos term is present in the numerator, but still it is the same type. Why? Because we can say that B constant is 0 over here. So it may be either having both the terms of sine and cos in the numerator, or it may be either sine or cos, a single term in the numerator. And denominator we are having both the terms. Okay, so as I told you, let us proceed in the same way. I is equal to. So as I told you, numerator is equal to, here numerator is sin x is equal to A into denominator, and denominator is sin x plus cos x plus B into d by dx of denominator, that is sin x plus cos x. So I have applied this rule over here. Now let us do the changes. It is equal to A sin x plus A cos x plus B into derivative of this thing is cos x minus sin x. Open this bracket as well. So we are getting sin x is equal to A sin x plus A cos x plus B cos x minus B sin x. So this is the first step of this type of questions. After applying this first step, we need to calculate the values of A and B, and that I told you can be done easily by using the method of equating the coefficients. Using equating the coefficients. Okay, so here the coefficient of sin x is 1. So we can write 1 is equal to A, sin x is having its coefficient A and as well as minus B over here. So we are getting 1 as A minus B. Let us name this equation as number 1. Second, we are having the coefficients of cos x over here, and here no cos term is given. So what is the meaning of this? That is, the coefficient of cos x is 0 over here. So therefore the second equation that we are getting is A plus B. Let us name this as second. Now you know that how to simplify A and B from these two equations by using same method as you have used in your 10th class for solving linear equations in two variables. So by using any of the method, you can find out the value of A and B, and we are getting the value of A and B as A is equal to 1 upon 2 and B is equal to minus 1 upon 2. Now by putting these values of A and B over here, we can change sin x into this form, and this form is, let me change, therefore sin x, that is numerator, can be written as A means 1 by 2 sin x plus cos x and plus B, and B is minus 1 by 2 into derivative of this thing, that is cos x minus sin x. I have just simply put these values over here. This is a means 1 by 2 sin x plus cos x, plus b means minus 1 upon 2, and derivative of this cos x minus sin x. Now let us do the same changes in I. So we are getting I is equal to sin x converted into this. So it is 1 upon 2 into sin x plus cos x minus 1 upon 2 into cos x minus sin x upon, there is no change in the denominator, and this is sin x plus cos x dx. Now segregate the two terms. So we are getting one term is 1 upon 2 into integration of sin x plus cos x upon sin x plus cos x dx, and the second term is minus 1 upon 2 integration of cos x minus sin x, this I am taking over here, upon sin x plus cos x dx. Simplifying it further, we are getting 1 upon 2, 1 into dx because it gets cancelled, and the next is 1 upon 2 into, just have a look on it. It is simply the derivative in the numerator, we are having derivative of denominator. So it can be simply done by using substitution method. So it is cos x minus sin x upon sin x plus cos x dx. Now let us name these integrand as I1 and I2. Okay, so one by one let us simplify, and I know that you also can do it very easily. 1 upon 2x plus c1, simply this thing, and in I2, let us put sin x plus cos x as t. So you are getting cos x minus sin x dx is equal to dt. So simply I2 left with u as simply dt upon t, which is nothing but simply log t plus c2. Now put the value of t over here again. It is log sin x plus cos x plus c2. So now putting these two values of I1 and I2 over here, you can find out very easily the integration of the given function. Now let us begin with the fifth type of problem. Here only one change you are observing, that constant terms are present in numerator and denominator as well with the terms of sin and cos. This method is the combination of the two methods that we have discussed in first, second, third question and in fourth question. The first step is same as we have done in fourth question, and next step, the last step will be the same as we have done in first, second and third problem. So what to do? Here the first step will be, we'll put numerator is equal to a into denominator plus b into d by dx of denominator and plus c over here in addition to the fourth part. Okay, so it is numerator is equal to a into denominator plus b into derivative of denominator plus c. A, b, c are the constant that we need to find out by using equating the coefficients as just we have done in the previous question. So let me take example to show how to do these type of problems. So this problem is of the same type as I have written over here. So let us proceed in the same way. As I told you, numerator is equal to, so numerator is 3 cos x plus 2 is equal to a into denominator sin x plus 2 cos x plus 3 plus b into derivative of denominator, that is d by dx of sin x plus 2 cos x plus 3 and plus c alone. Okay. Now let us write it again. 3 cos x plus 2 is equal to a into sin x plus 2 cos x plus 3 plus, let us find the derivative of this. It is b into cos x minus 2 sin x and plus c over here. Now multiplying this a and b inside the bracket sign. So a into sin x plus 2a cos x plus 3a plus b cos x minus 2b sin x plus c. Now equating the coefficients, we find that there is no sine term to the left hand side. So what does it mean? It means that the coefficient of sin x is 0 over here. So the first equation that we are getting in terms of a and b is 0 is equal to a over here as a coefficient of sin x, and again here it is minus 2b. So these two terms are carrying sin x and we have taken their coefficient as a minus 2b. Let us name this equation as 1. Now let us select 4 cos x. Here the coefficient of cos x is 3 and to the right hand side one is this 2a, this term 2a, and another term is b plus b. So let us name this as equation number 2. Now the third thing which is left is constant term. Here the constant term is 2 and here the constant term is 3a and c. So 2 is equal to 3a plus c. Let us name this as equation number 3. By using any method, we are getting the values of a, b and c as a is equal to 5 upon 6, b is equal to 5 upon 12 and c is equal to minus 1 upon 2. Now let us substitute these values to find out the new form of numerator. And we know very well the numerator that we have changed is 3 cos x plus 2 is the numerator, which can be written as by using this result. Here we will put the value of a, b and c simply. So let us put the values over here. So a into denominator, and let us write the value of a, and a is 5 upon 6. 5 upon 6 into denominator, which is sin x plus 2 cos x plus 3 plus b. B means 5 upon 12 into derivative of this, which is cos x minus 2 sin x, and plus c means minus 1 upon 2. Now let us write what will be I now. I is equal to integration of, let us change numerator into these three terms. So it is 5 upon 6 into sin x plus 2 cos x plus 3 plus 5 upon 12 into cos x minus 2 sin x minus 1 upon 2, and no change in the denominator, will remain as it is, and which is equal to sin x plus 2 cos x plus 3 dx it is. Now which is equal to, now you know very well what to do next. You are intelligent sufficient. I know that, I believe that. So let us segregate the terms, and after segregating, the first term is 5 upon 6 into 1 into dx, because if we take these two, will cancel out and we are left with only 1, plus the second term is 5 upon 12 into integration of cos x minus 2 sin x upon sin x plus 2 cos x plus 3 dx. This is the second integrand, and the third one is minus 1 upon 2 integration of dx upon sin x plus 2 cos x plus 3. Okay, so now you know this part as well. This is I1, this is I2, and this is I3. Okay, I1 is simply having its integration as x. Second one is having its integration as log sin x plus 2 cos x plus 3. because its derivative is present in the numerator. So by substitution we are simply getting dt upon t, that is log t. And here it is of the same type as we have done the third question in this video only. So apply formula of sin x and cos x in terms of tan x by 2 and go further. So this is very simple to find out, and all the questions can be done in the same way. Now look at this problem. This problem is not looking like the problems that just we have done. But okay, let us start from the beginning. That is, we don't know that what type of integration is this in front of us. But we know very well when we are having this type of term, square root of a square minus x square type, and we are having no other option of solving, then we should think for the substitution. And for this type of arrangement, we should substitute x as either a sin theta or as a cos theta. This is the only way to go further. So let me put x is equal to a sin theta over here. So after getting derivative, we are getting a cos theta d theta as dx. Now let us do the changes over here. So I is equal to dx. Dx means a cos theta d theta. And in the denominator, we are having a sin theta plus square root of a square minus a square sin square theta. Simplifying it further, we are getting integration of a over here in the numerator, and from here we can also take a common and a will cancel out from numerator and denominator, and we are left with cos theta upon sin theta plus cos theta, which is nothing but simply the same problem just we have discussed. Okay, so from very first look it was not clear to us कि ये किस तरह की problem होगी, but as soon as we substitute we are getting the same problem. So in case of integration, don't stop. जो idea आपके दिमाग में आए उस idea को implement कर दीजिए, और उस idea को implement करने के बाद you will find कि you are having a problem which you have already done very well. But these type of skills will be developed only when you do lots of practice. So don't stop your practice and go ahead, practice as much problems as you can so that integration becomes very simple chapter for you from calculus. Okay, so stay tuned and keep learning.